Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about the song The Veldt, which is by deadmau5. Now, deadmau5 is a DJ in Toronto, from Toronto, worldwide famous. He wears a mouse hat. He's pretty funny. He wrote like a great article recently about DJs and the difference between a DJ and a performer. I was at the Gov recently, which is like a crazy nightclub in Toronto, and I saw him, and I was like, hey, there's deadmau5, but I hear he doesn't like when people approach him, so I didn't approach him. So, you're welcome, deadmau5, for not coming to say hi to you. Anyways, so I'm talking about a song called The Veldt, and there's two cool things about the song The Veldt. It's amazing. It's like I don't even like house, hate to say it, but I love that song. There's two cool things about the song The Veldt. There's the story. Okay, so here's what happened. I'm going to talk about the story behind the meaning of the song The Veldt, which is totally not obvious at all. It gets a little obvious from the music video, but it's actually really, dark. And it seems so happy. You almost don't want to hear what the story is, because it almost, makes the really happy song a little bit dark. Anyway, so deadmau5 was doing, a webcast, and he had this song that he was working on, and the song is called The Veldt, and this guy from, Florida or whatever, it should be from Toronto, because that's where I'm from. This guy from Florida sends him this audio track, and The Veldt is actually a reference to a story, and the lyrics went along with the story. And it sounds amazing, obviously. The guy did a great job. I don't remember his name. But it actually, not only is it great, but it goes along with the story. And the story goes a little something like this. Okay, so it's based on this Ray Bradbury, I think his name. I forget his exact name, but he just recently passed away. And the story is, it's a short story, and there's this family with two little kids. And the song goes, happy technology in the world that the children made. And then he's talking about the lions, and the lions are eating people and stuff. But, it's all super happy. So, so the story of The Veldt is actually, there's this family, and they're living, it's in the 50s, and they pay this a lot of money to be in this super high technology house where, your food is made for you, and your babies are brought to sleep, and all this stuff. And in this house, there's a thing called the nursery, and the nursery is like a virtual reality place where it's kind of like the Hollow Bridge on Star Trek, and whatever you imagine becomes real, so you get to play with all your imagination stuff. So the kids go play in the nursery, and the kids could imagine anything they want, but they always imagine the same thing, Africa, and there's these lions, and the lions are eating the different carcasses, blah blah blah. So the parents are starting to get a little creeped out that the kids are always dreaming of the lions and the Africa because they think they should be thinking of different stuff, and they're getting a little bit worried about the house because they think that maybe it's not a good influence on the kids. Finally, they decide to leave the house, and they notice the kids have been cold to them lately, ever since they're playing in the nursery all the time. And they decide to leave. Oh, in the nursery, so the idea is there's these lions, but it's totally safe because it's just digital. And there's all these safety guards in place to keep anyone from getting hurt. So what was I going to say? So they decide to turn off the house and leave the nursery. And the kids freak out. They don't want to leave the nursery. They love the nursery so much. So they beg and beg and beg their parents. Oh, and there's this little hint that the house is actually sentient. And they're, minimally sentient. And it's going to be a little bit upset if they leave. And if they turn off the nursery, they're going to be a little bit upset, because it's kind of like the nursery is dying. So the kids beg and beg their parents to go one more time into the nursery to go back to Africa, and the parents finally are fine, one more time. The kids go into the nursery, and they're watching, and they scream, and they're like, Mom, Dad, help! And the parents run in, and the kids get out of the nursery, and they lock the parents in the nursery, and the kid's like, please, nursery, if you want to keep existing, if you like being alive, if you like being us, please take care of our parents. And the nursery has these lions, and the lions come, and the lions kill and eat the parents. I think. That's what I pretty much understood happened. It doesn't really specifically say that. And the idea is the whole time, even before that happened, the lions were eating carcasses in the distance, and it turns out that the carcasses were the parents, and the kids were actually fantasizing about killing the parents before. So the parents die, eaten by the machine, and yeah, that's the story of The Veldt. So the song is so happy, but actually the story and the lyrics are about kids killing their parents. Anyways, So, hopefully this was educational for you. Hopefully you still like the song The Veldt. I love it. The music video is really cool. Two things that I didn't really get in the music video. Why did the kid push the daughter off the bridge? I didn't get that. There's glasses and blood. Didn't really understand. That's supposed to be the parents' blood. Anyways, they should have had their parents come in and lock them in the Veldt. I wish that would have happened in the music video. Otherwise, very cool. Clearly a ripoff of that video game. What's it called? Limbo. Especially, like, it looks like Limbo the whole time, but then they specifically make one scene where it clearly is meant to look really like the video game. So it's clearly a shout out to Limbo. That one scene does it, where they're jumping in like the video game. Anyways, love the song, love the video, check it out. Hopefully you like this video, subscribe to me, and do something nice for someone today. Alright, see you later.